We have finally got some seasonal manager objectives, and the manager weekly objectives have actually refreshed. Now, in this video, guys, we're going to explain how to do the seasonal manager objectives. The player objectives as well, these are very easy. It will take like 1 minute to explain. Yeah, as for the manager objectives, guys, this is where we are going to explain it. As you can see, I've already completed them all. You have to win a major competition in manager career mode, promote 3 youth players with a potential of 90 plus to the senior team, and make 5 successful top grade transfers. I'll explain how you can get this one done in literally 5 minutes. Major competition took me about 15 minutes, and the promote 3 youth players took me about 5 minutes. And all up, that is about what, 1.5k XP, and if I was smart as well, we would have had another 1.5k here as well. So let's get into it. So we've got the manager objectives, which we've kind of just gone over, but we will mention the player objectives before I show you guys the manager objectives. Now, for the player career mode objectives, you have to play 6 full matches on the same save file in player career mode. So create your own player. Full matches means you cannot simulate or play the highlights, you actually have to play the full matches. And for the seasonal objectives, which gives you 1,500 XP all up, you have to complete 40 match objectives. These are really straightforward. Now, the match objectives is when you load into the match. So when you're loading into the match, you'll get given 3 objectives, usually. Get a match rating of at least 7, maybe complete a successful dribble in your opponent's half, and get a goal or an assist, right? So you will get these done when you're playing those 6 full matches. Now, last year, if you completed a match objective or 3 match objectives, it would sometimes only count as 1, then the next time you do it, it would count as 2. So fingers crossed, I've fixed it this year. But what we're all here for, guys, is the manager objectives. So let's jump into it. What I did to get these done as quickly as possible. So in manager career, you want to go to original, and for some reason, when you load into original, it automatically makes you choose from a live event standpoint. We don't want to be doing these live point start or whatever, so I was so confused. I could only choose Liverpool or United. So you press B or circle, and then you want to press start fresh. I think I downloaded the latest squads, but you can use current and it should work as well. But yeah, I just used the current squads. I played as a real manager. I don't think it matters as well, but I did go for Arsenal here. Now, you want to be going for 5-star clubs here, guys, because with 5-star clubs, they have better academies. Now, I put it down to beginner 3 minutes. You do not need to do this at all. Beginner 3 minutes, you don't need to do it unless you are doing the winner major competition on the same save, but I recommend doing that with PSG, which we'll touch a little bit on later. So after loading in, you don't have to skip or play any games. You want to head on over to Academy. It took me a bit to find it. I was looking under squad. You have to head on over to Academy. You need to promote 3 players with a potential that go up to 90. So as you can see here, we have got some players with 75 to 94. West here, 73 to 94. J Hull, 75 to 94. So if your potential max has to be higher than 90. We actually had 3 players in the 90s here. In fact, we had 4 or 5 players, but we only had 2 above the age of 16. So as you can see, guys, I promoted the ones that I could promote, and we'll chuck a pause here because this was clipped on PlayStation, so we can pause it. As you can see, we still have 3 other players that have a potential above 90. We got P. Riley, J. Hull, and Jansen, but they're all below 16 years old, and they need to be at least 16 years old for you to promote them to the senior team. So I'll go with Arsenal because I've got a good academy, guys. And yeah, once again, as you can see, we have a 17-year-old West with a 94 potential, and then a 16-year-old with 94 as well. So obviously we just clicked on them, and then we went over to promote them to the senior team, and then that counted as 2. Then I went and created another one, a completely different save. Once again, it brings you to a page. It's like they want you to play that live point start nonsense that no one really cares about. So just go out of that, go into the fresh new season, use current squads. This time I chose Xabi Alonso, Real Madrid. You can of course do Barcelona. Now you might get really lucky and actually just be able to do it on your first attempts. If in that academy enough of them was 16 plus, 3 of them, then I'll just do that and I'm done, and it will take you genuinely 2 minutes, right? But I could only do 2. Once again, go onto academy, youth squad, and we actually only had 1 player here. Only 1 player, so we were pretty lucky. As you can see, D. Rybar, and we promoted to the senior team, and that was the objective done. Now, you may be asking, the objective was not showing up. What you guys have to do is you have to restart the whole game. So I went out, save and quit once again. So I did 2 on the Arsenal save, 1 on the Real Madrid. So once again, guys, you can do this on separate saves, just free all up, which is really, really good. And yeah, it didn't count towards the objectives. You actually have to restart. As you can see, I went to my objectives to have a look, and it did not count. So you have to restart the game, dashboard it, close the app, and then go back in. So after we refreshed it, this was us loading back in. We actually loaded into Ultimate Team this time. We head on over to objectives, and of course, voila, they were done. So yeah, that's how you get them done. Took me about 5 minutes. Now for this one, guys, it's important you go for Paris Saint-Germain or PSG, and we're going to be doing the final 2 objectives in this one, and that is signing 5 A-grade players and also winning a major competition. What I recommend doing is flicking the no sacking filter on as well, just to make sure you do not get sacked. When you are setting up the game and you can set your difficulty, etc., you will have the option to go to the end under general settings and press no sacking. For this, guys, you want to search your players and you just want to go for free agents. You want to search for free agents, and this is guaranteed. Free agents are guaranteed to give you an A rating. I mean, maybe unless you go ahead and give them, like, I don't know, $1 million a week wage. So what I did is I just went to search for players and I changed the filter to free agent, as you guys are seeing in the background. We then head on over to, I was trying to find a shortlist. This is so different, the career mode system, from when I used to play like a few years ago. I properly play it. It was under Transfer Hub, and I've got my 5 players here because of course we need to make 5 A-grade transfers or 5 perfect transfers. So what you want to do, I just went for rotation for the squad role. If they want something different, they'll tell you. I went for 3 years for the contract. If they want something different, they'll tell you. Just accept whatever you want. The wage really doesn't matter. I was giving them what I thought was a reasonable wage anyway. I think I gave this dude, I think it was like 10k or 20k a week. Only 10k. Dang, what a tight ass at PSG. Only giving him 10k, but no, he wanted 18.5k, some add-ons. We just accepted that. To be safe, I'd probably just do a 30k wage and like a 200k sign-on bonus, and it should get it done. And as you can see, $0, and of course it was a A, and they were all A. Now you want to head back into that PSG save file, and you want to win a major competition. Now this one took me a bit of experimenting. First of all, guys, the UEFA Super Cup did not count as a major competition. I then decided to do a Arsenal save to see if the Carabao Cup, which is the first major competition in real life anyway, that finishes in, I think it's March, you know, so you don't have to wait until the end of the season. The Carabao Cup on this game also did not count as a major trophy. So they want you to win the league title, the domestic cup, so the FA Cup or the Copa de France, Copa del Rey, or the UEFA Champions League. I presume the Europa League and maybe the Conference League counts as well. With PSG, guys, what you want to do is just simulate to the end of the season. Now, at first, I actually didn't simulate to the very end. I actually simulated about a month before the end, because what is really important is just to make sure, whilst it's simulating, is just make sure that you're winning the games. You know, like if you're like lost 3 or 4 in a row, it might be worth stopping the simulation and just going to check on your progress in the table, just to make sure, you know, you're not 10 points behind, because at that point, that's when 3 minutes a half, beginner difficulty will help, and you'll just jump into a game, score 2 goals, sim to the end. But with PSG, guys, my first attempt, I got to the UCL final, Copa de France final, and of course I won the league, and it counted as a major competition. Now, what I actually completely forgot to do was the weekly objectives, to play 5 full matches. So what I'd recommend doing is, whilst on this PSG save, and what I'd recommend doing is playing those 5 full games, because then of course that's another 1,500 XP as well, and it just completely went out of my mind. So you can get 3,000 XP in about 30 minutes if you do it the way that I recommended here. So as you can see, at this point we are in April, the semi-finals of the Champions League, and we made the finals of the Champions League. I believe we lost the Champions League final to Man City, but the simulation stopped. I was in the Copa de France final, pretty much 1 foot into the final of the UCL, and I went to check the league table, and we already officially won it. But I did just finish the season anyway, simulated to the end. But yeah, we ended up winning the Ligue 1, and it took me about 15 minutes worth of simulating. Sometimes it will stop and you'll just have to restart it, because you'll get a notification of some sort. And of course, with PSG, make sure when you are actually setting up the save the first time, under general settings, before starting the save, if you will, make sure you go general settings, board expectations to no sacking, just to make sure you don't get sacked during the simulation. Yeah guys, hopefully this helped you out. This is the seasonal manager career mode objectives done. One more time, to win a major competition, choose PSG, make sure you put your board expectations to no sacking and simulate to the end of the season. And I blitzed through it, but you could get unlucky when simming, so make sure you keep an eye on the results, ensure that you're top of the table. If not, then you may just have to jump into a few games, score a couple goals, and then then sim to the end, beginner difficulty, to ensure you get the 3 points if it is a tight title race. For the promote free youth players, you can do this across 2 separate saves. So I went for, say, Arsenal, promoted 2 players with a max, or a 90 plus potential, sorry, and then I did the last one in a second save in Real Madrid. And the 5 successful top grade transfers, guys, all you have to do is just sign free agents. As easy as that. Give them 30k wage, sign 5 free agents, and you should do them in the same save file as your PSG one. So it just saves you making another one. About 30 minutes all up if you do it correctly, guys, for 1.5k XP. Probably about an hour if you want to add in those play 5 full matches as well. Alright, and of course that's another 1.5k XP. Hopefully this helped you guys out, and I'll see you all in the next one.